Hey guys, it's Kristin. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make these green spooky eyes that you can stick in your bushes. So it's really cool because when you go by, it kind of looks like a monster's coming out of your bushes, and then it's really easy to make. So let me show you what you need and how to make it. So the first thing we need to do is take our bucket and cut the little handle off. So now the next thing we're gonna do is flip this over and we're gonna tape the bottom, but you do need to get rid of that sticker first. So now you're gonna grab your painter's tape so that we can tape along the bottom of the bucket. So I ripped off a long strip and I'm just gonna tape that across the bottom. Now I like to also go across a couple times, and you'll see why in just a second, but pretty much we wanna pull this whole thing off in one big strip. So to keep those pieces from coming apart, I'm just gonna put a couple going this way. All right, so I added some extra tape going across. So now what we wanna do is you're just gonna press down along the crease of the circle that's on the bottom. Okay, so that you can see the circle like that. And then with your fingers, you're just gonna press, here I'll show you on this side. You're just gonna press in like that so you can see the edge. We wanna go all the way down to the bottom. So not only do you see the circle, but you see the lip right there. Now grab a marker, and I don't recommend using a pen because it can actually cut the tape. But what you're gonna do is just go along the bottom like this, just so we can see roughly like where that line is. Don't worry about what it looks like because we're never gonna use any of this. We're just gonna rip the tape off after. And now, don't pull the tape that's on the top, pull the tape that you did on the bottom and try to get it kind of all at once. So I get it half pulled up, and then it should all come off in one piece. There we go. And now we're just gonna cut this circle. And now we're simply just gonna put this back on. So get it all lined up. And it should go down a little bit on the side. One other quick tip is when you have the tape like that, you can use an X-Acto knife or your scissors and just cut along the edge like that. If you prefer to do it that way, it's just obviously if you're a kid, please don't do that. It's a lot more dangerous, but it would be faster. So now you're gonna use some white spray paint and you're gonna spray paint this entire pumpkin. Now before you start doing the center of the eye, like I said before, this paper stuff is okay because we're gonna cover it, but if it ends up being too far to the edge, kind of like this one, like you can see how close it is to the edge, you will have to get that off. So as long as it's kind of in the center of the sticker, it's fine. But like this stuff, I'm gonna have to try to scrape more of this off. So that should be fine because we are gonna paint about this far in. So now what I'm gonna do is take a jar and I'm gonna put that right on the center. Make sure it's completely centered and it's the same width all the way around, and then you're just gonna draw it with a marker. So now you can either use your marker and just kind of color that in, or you can use craft paint. So just make sure that you're staying within that circle. So usually, like if you're painting, I usually do a line going all the way around first and then fill it in. And with the craft paint, I'm probably gonna do a couple layers just to make sure it doesn't come off. Now, some of your buckets might have these stamps on it, which is from the manufacturer, and I really can't do a whole lot about that, but they do sell glow-in-the-dark paint that if you wanted to paint around this edge, but honestly at night and from a distance, you're never gonna see it. Now that we've got the main eye done, you can leave it like this, or you can use some red paint and some skinny paintbrushes, and we can draw veins on the eye. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in the very end of my paintbrush, and then I'm gonna just start at the top here, and we're just gonna make like vein lines. It doesn't really matter what they look like, you just wanna make sure that from the front you'd be able to see them. Okay? And don't make them exactly the same, so you wouldn't wanna follow the same line because that's not how veins work, so you know, make them totally different. And you can go all the way down if you want. Now you're not gonna really be able to see these ones at the back. You're mainly just gonna see it like this. I would also recommend having some of these branch off like that because they don't always, you know, go in a straight line. So you can have a couple of those go like that. All right, so this one's done. I'm gonna do the other one since we need two, and then I'll let them dry. Now, once you have your two eyes done, you can either just leave it like this, or you can spray a clear coat over it just to make sure none of your craft paint washes off if it rains or snows or anything like that. Now, before you put these in the bushes, you may want to grab some sort of string, because if they don't want to stay in the bushes for some reason, you can put the string through these little holes, and then you can tie it to one of the branches to keep it in place. So here you can see I put these in our bushes, and they ended up going in really easily. I didn't need to use string or anything like that. And then at night, if you want to, you can put some flashlights inside and you can see it glows and looks even better. And because the spray paint went on a little uneven, it almost makes it look like veins, which adds to it even more. So I think these turned out really good. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps. And then if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit this bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. I'll talk to you later.